Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all are taking care of yourselves at home and listening to your parents and your elders. Today we will be doing with the civics lesson 2, diversity, prejudice, discrimination and inequality. Now this chapter I will be explaining in two parts. In the first part we will be doing prejudice and discrimination. Now in this we will be doing explanation of prejudice, discrimination, its causes, banful effects. Banful effects means the harmful effects. Steps for reduction means how we can reduce this prejudice and discrimination. Okay, let us start. Prejudice and discrimination. Prejudice means bias and discrimination means the act of making differences. In other words, we can say that prejudice is a thought or attitude. Discrimination is the expression of these thought and action. Discrimination on the other hand refers to an unfavorable action, behavior or outcome of our thoughts. Now, both prejudice and discrimination are against the spirit of democracy. Now you all must be knowing what is democracy. Democracy means where we are given right of freedom, thought, expression. Our country also is a democratic country. So you all very well know what is democracy. So both prejudice and discrimination are against democracy. Now what are the causes that give rise to these things? First, prejudice and discrimination are due to various causes. Let me tell you. Now the first cause, prejudice and discrimination are the result of social bias. They are not universal, not sometimes humans have inherited or they are not even born with such things. Now sometimes even these are caused due to parents. You must have seen parents in many families, I am not talking about your families, they discriminate between a girl child and a boy child. Take extra care for boys rather than girls. They say, oh, girls need not to go to schools, rather boys needs to go to school, they need to educate themselves, they need more of healthy food. Even milk is given to boys to drink rather than girls. They are not given a healthy food to eat even. Okay. Now second point, differences between the majority and minority communities many a time result in prejudice and discrimination. Now if I talk about majority and minorities, you must have read about or you must have heard in the news and on, sometimes the communities in the society, some class which are more in number, they are called majority, and which are less in number are called minorities. So the ones which are more in number, they try to suppress the ones who are less in number. So this is also a cause of discrimination. They discriminate among themselves. Third point, sometimes religious diversity also gives rise to ideas, prejudice and discrimination. Now there is sometimes conflicts also between these. Sometimes same caste is divided into different customs, caste. Suppose if I talk about Hindus, they are Rajputs and there are you will say Jat and different. Now they differentiate with one another. They think one to be superior with the other. Next point, practices like slavery, different immigration laws, temple entry, apartheid, social inclusions both from schools and hospital are also the cause of this prejudice and discrimination. Now suppose there is a difference, like people, sometimes those who belong to low caste, they are not allowed to enter in the schools or in the hospitals. Okay, they are treated badly. Or sometimes we can say even in temples also everybody is not allowed. You must have seen some people, they sit outside the temple, they do not even enter. Even if we go to a restaurant, you must have seen that if a person enters well dressed in a car, the guard who is standing at the door will very nicely open the door for the person and even salute him. But whereas if you see a man entering in a dhoti, you will see that the guard is chasing him away. Ki, "Arey, yahan kyun aa raha hai? Chal chal jaa yahan se." So this is what happens. Sometimes ignorance, general social focuses and apartheid may prove principal reasons for the rise of prejudice and discrimination. Now comes is the baneful effects, that is the results of this prejudice and discrimination. Now these practices, such evil practices in the society, they are a cause of many things in the society. Sometimes there are conflicts among one another, among the society, people of different caste. Now first point, prejudice and discrimination lead to major danger to peace both within nation and among nations. If one caste people are not treated properly in a nation, then what happens is that particular nation spoils the relationship with the other nations. Why? Because they think, oh, our caste people are treated badly in their country. So that is what it is saying, that it spoils the peace within nations and among different nations also. Next point, prejudice and discrimination lead to disunity which results in dissolving the society. Prejudice and discrimination lead to racial arrogance among whites against the black, as in many countries. You must have heard, in many countries the blacks are treated badly by the whites. They create a deep wedge among different groups in the world. For a long time, the practice of apartheid or racial discrimination was prevalent in South Africa. You must have heard about it in your previous class also. Now next point, prejudice and discrimination produce harmful effects in the politics domains as well. Now what happened? One political party is trying to suppress the other political parties. Why? Because they think that they are superior than the other. So this also gives rise to conflicts. They discriminate between one another. Prejudice and discrimination lead to deep-rooted mistrust, suspicions and bitterness in the society. Because we are differentiating with one another, we are trying to suppress the other person or the other society, community. So what happens is there is bitterness among one another and there is no trust. We don't trust one another. Now steps needed to reduce these prejudice and discrimination. Now what can be done to reduce these things? Now students, the main point is that most of the scholars believe that this prejudice and discrimination cannot be completely removed from the society, but we can still try our best to reduce them to some extent. Now first point, it is said that through education we can try to reduce this. Now how through education? When people are educated, they will come to know about different castes, different communities, different religions. They will not discriminate themselves with the other. They will not try to think themselves superior from the other. They will understand that all are equal. Now, next point, laws. Now, sometimes laws can also help in reducing prejudice from the society. Now, you must have heard about untouchability being banned. Now why it is banned? So that the untouchables can come up. Now with this, they are not ill-treated. There is no discrimination between them and the others. Some scholars suggest that the most overlooked area is resolving the problem of prejudice and discrimination lies in close relationship. Genuine feelings of love can be cemented and strengthened. Now if we love and we understand the other people, then there will be no discrimination and the bonding will be strong among people. Many people appreciate the Bhaichara approach problems and prejudice and discrimination. Now if we adopt the Bhaichara system, then also we can reduce this prejudice and discrimination to some extent. Next point. Some scholars even suggest that in order to help in the removal of prejudice and discrimination from individual and collective life, encouragement should be given to mixed marriages between different races and different religions. Now, intercaste marriages should be given preferences. Why? Because through this, the families of different castes will come to know one another and there will be unity and peace among the society, because they will not discriminate the people belonging to the other caste or other religion. Next point. It is said that all such elements should be encouraged which promote the preservation of love and unity through fellowship and promotion. All such things which promote love, bhaichara, understanding, all these should be promoted among the society. Now the next point is that feelings of love and brotherhood among the people should also be appreciated. The United Nations Human Rights Day, International Day, Women's Day, etc., all these should be celebrated. Now why all these should be celebrated? So that the people understand the feeling of brotherhood and they reduce this prejudice and discrimination system in the society. With this, we have finished with the first part of the chapter. Now, in the next part of the chapter, we will be studying about inequality and discrimination.